Welcome to Not Trevor Cinema. We're back with another week of NFL pick'ems. We're gonna pick all the winners we think are gonna, or all the teams we think are going to win this week on all the matchups. You can go check out how we did last week. I think one of us did just slightly better than the other one last week.
Yep, I believe, spoiler alert, the scores. I believe you have taken the lead by 4 games, 14 to 10. Yeah, that was not a good week for me. Not a good week at all.
Did you look? Did you look back at what the overall pick what was? What the or not audience, but like what
Oh,
the
the percentage? No, I did not. I did not.
to
But
see what if we would have just picked with the majority pick, how they did. I
true,
don't.
that's true. What do they have here? They have, I guess, yeah, we can look right now. So audience pick had Eagles for one. They had Chiefs. They did not get that one. They had the Bengals for two. The Dolphins did not get that one. They had the Patriots. Did not get that one. They had the Commanders for three. The Cardinals for four. Steelers for five. Buccaneers for six. Jaguars for seven. Broncos for eight. 49ers for nine. Ooh, oopsie. Um, 10 with the Rams. And, ooh, they just barely got that one.
Wow.
11 with the Bills. And 12. So they got 12.
So
So,
right in the middle of us,
yes, they beat me.
but
Oh,
I beat them pretty bad. I think we should just quit after that first week.
I think it's the only week that matters.
Really, it really is. It's the hardest week because you never know how these teams are
That's
going to come
true.
up.
That's true. It really is.
But
But
week two can be even harder, I
the
think.
second hardest week. But yeah, it really is. It's like you have these ideas of what the teams are going to be going into it based on maybe changes to the roster or just how good they were last year. And then sometimes week one throws you a curveball and you're like, which one of those two should I believe? Are they this team or are they what I thought they'd be? Because a lot of times there can just be a weird game that's just a little bit off, taking some time getting back into the season, and they end up being a great team or maybe not so great team that you originally thought. Or maybe they're here to stay as a new threat.
Yes, and one of those. I mean, they've kind of been a threat for the last couple decades or many decades now. The Green Bay Packers, the team we're pretty big fans of, so a little bias here. Um, but they looked pretty good. I was trying to think. I'm like, out of what I watched, I didn't watch a ton of the games, but I did see the Packers play, or at least part of the game. And from what I saw, they looked like they were pretty solid, a pretty solid team, especially going against the Lions, who were a top team last
Yeah.
year. So I don't know if it's just kind of like reinforcing my bias a little bit, but I hope they play like that the whole year. And I got to pick them for this next week, even though I think Washington has also stepped it up and they got the win. I don't know if they won by as much as I had thought they could last week. Didn't they only win
Yeah.
by like one score?
Yeah. Yep.
Was it against the Giants even
I
or
think
something?
so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which we'll
Divisional
see.
game.
It's a
Divisional
divisional
game.
game, but yeah, I kind of expected a little more out of them. So maybe this week they're gonna just play hard against the pack. I'm sure
Yeah.
how it
Yeah.
always goes.
I could see this being a great game and very close game. I could see anyone winning, but I got to go with the Packers, the greatest team that has ever played any season of football. I think this current team is, my goodness. Okay, maybe not that good, but when I look at it, I'm like, I like our quarterback, I like our receivers, our running back, our kicker. I like him a lot now. And now we got a good defense with some standout names in there as well. I'm like, I at least am fond of every part of our team. We may not be the best.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like we don't really have the best at any position, but they all seem solid, or will have moments of excellence, and then still maybe not let us down. But we'll see. We'll see if that changes.
We'll see. Okay, and then we got the Jaguars versus at going to the Bengals. So both winners in their first week.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised it's 91% for the Bengals here because they only barely beat the Browns, and I feel like the Browns actually played better than what the score showed at the end of the game there. I think, if I remember right, Joe Flacco threw well, two balls that should have been caught by receivers turned into interceptions. So, I mean, you score on one of those, and all of a sudden they win the game, or even get a field goal out of it, they win the game. So, I'm kind of surprised, but the Bengals, yeah, kind of had a bit of a slow game there, so maybe they're expecting them to just dominate here, try to show off what they actually
Yeah.
have. Um, I didn't see the Jaguars play much at all, but I think I will end up going with the Bengals here. But I think the Jaguars surprised me a little bit that they won that game, the game that they were in.
Yeah, didn't surprise me. I think that was the one game that we were different that I actually won was picking on the Jaguars game. So, but I'm hopping off the train.
Typical.
I am going with the Cincinnati Bengals as well. I have it pre-written down. I'm not just following you, but
Sure, sure.
but yeah, I feel like we do maybe overhype the Bengals a little bit. Ever since that
Yeah,
one great year, we're just like, okay, back to it now. And then it wasn't so great, and then like, okay, but now it's gonna be great. I don't know if I trust them, but we'll see. Yeah, I definitely
yeah.
don't think it's
Let us know in the
91%.
comments below. Yeah, I don't think it should be that much, but let us know in the comments below if you think the Bengals deserve that much respect this year.
Yeah.
Maybe they just had a slow game there.
Yeah.
But or let us know all your picks for these,
Yeah.
including this one, the Dallas Cowboys dominating the Giants here. It looks like everyone's predicting. Uh,
Yes. Holy cow.
and yeah, I think I agree with this one. I didn't see the Giants play, but I heard Russell Wilson look just absolutely terrible,
Mm.
and they're just committed to keeping him at quarterback. If it was Jameis Winston they were putting out there, I think this one would be a little harder for me.
Mm,
Uh,
yeah.
but I think he's third on the depth chart after their rookie, and I think they just don't want to put the rookie out yet.
Mm, yeah.
Probably a good idea, but yeah, I think Dallas. They played the Eagles close, so I think they should be able to pull this one off, especially at home.
Yeah, didn't Russell, didn't he have some not so great games at Denver and then he went to the Steelers? Did he go to the Steelers?
Hmm.
And I thought they were like they're in content. They're always in contention. I don't think it
Well,
matters
I think
who.
it was actually now New York Jets quarterback Fields. I think he started the season for the Steelers last year, and they got to like 4-1 or 4-2, 5-2, mostly through him. And then they, for some reason, switched to Russell Wilson. I think he had come back from an injury, so I mean, I think he still got him some wins, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Oh
he's,
boy.
I think he's just kind of maybe should retire.
He's winding down. He's
Jameis
winding
Winston
down.
makes it fun, and that's why I want to see him out on the field. He might not win you games. He definitely could be the cause of your loss, but he
Yeah.
can also, yeah, have a lot of fun out there.
Speaking of not winning your games, everyone on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna go with the Dallas Cowboys as well. They put up a good fight against the Eagles, and I mean just a thing or two go one way or the other. They could have easily won that game,
Hmm.
and I think that's probably. I think we'll kind of push them. I think they're gonna start decent at the start of this season and ride that momentum of almost winning all the way to beating the New York Giants. Little wins, little wins. Oh
Ooh.
man, speaking of a team that also almost won and is maybe feeling no good about their season, we got the Chicago Bears almost beating the
Wow.
Vikings and the
Wow.
Lions.
I'm a little surprised that I mean it's pretty much the same amount, but I'm surprised that 1% more were picking the Bengals over the Jaguars versus Lions over Bears.
That's
Because
true.
I think it must be Detroit's performance against the
Yeah,
Packers. Because I would honestly think people would put this even higher,
yeah, yeah.
just with recent history.
Yeah, with recent history, but this is one where I was going back and forth. I had a few of the games here where I'm like, I feel like there's very good chance of an upset. This one, I mean, Lions. I'm not going to say we can judge them on that first game. It's their first game. They let go of some of their coordinators, got new guys. You got to get used to it.
One of them on the Bears
One of them
as
on
the
the
head
Bears,
coach, head
one of them on
coach
the
now.
Bears.
I
Yeah,
can't remember.
so
I think it's a defensive one.
yep, I
I
think so.
think.
Yeah, one's defensive, this one might be offensive. Might
Is
be
it?
offensive because I think I heard some tie between him and Williams, and I'm like, that made me think it was the offensive, and then defensive is Jets, I think,
No.
but it could be the other way.
I think you're right.
But yeah. So revenge game. That might make me change my pick. I do have Lions written down here, but and I don't want to judge them on that first week, but it is very concerning after that. For you can't throw that away. But Bears as well. They always come up short. I got to
They
go with the
threw
Lions.
that. The way they were playing in the first half against the Vikings, they threw that game away, and
Yeah,
I think that's worse than what the Lions did.
yeah,
It felt like the Lions just never got started
yeah.
at all. Whereas the Bears felt like, wow, if they do this, I mean, I was thinking, I probably, if they would have done what they did in the first half, the whole game, I would probably be considering them a lot more. But since I almost feel like it was fluky the first half, I don't know. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I'm like, now looking at the whole thing, whole picture of that game, I'm like, that might have just been a fluky first half, which is not how you want to think about it. You want to think about it as the fluky second half, but I think the first half might have been the fluky part. So I'm going with the Lions.
I don't know. I don't know if any of it. I think that is all together. There is no fluke. They always have, oh, a tease of greatness, and then they just never follow through on it.
Hmm.
That's the team. But yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, oh boy, Minnesota's looking rough, and the Bears are a contender. They're the only other contender in the, and it was not. Oh boy. LA Rams, yeah. And the Tennessee Titans lost. I feel like Titans are just going to be a totally forgotten team this year. I used to think about them. They were in the playoffs that one year, and after that, I'd be like, oh, maybe they'll have a good year. But now I'm just not thinking about them whatsoever. I'm going with the Rams.
Yeah, I think I'm going away from the home team here and picking the Rams as well. I like the Rams overall this year. But yeah, especially against the Titans, I think it's going to be a potentially rough year for the Titans.
Oh, man. Good logo, though. Great logo for the Titans. Love it. And then we got the Patriots.
This one I get. I would have guessed. I would have guessed this one would be pretty much 50-50 based on their performances of the first week, with a few more maybe on the Patriots. 'Cause I think neither one of them necessarily played as well as they would like. Um, oh, I don't know. I really don't know. Were the Dolphins the team I only had with like 3 wins in our predictions?
I think so. I think so. And I think
Well,
I had
because of
them.
that, I'm going with the New England Patriots.
He's going with the Patriots. I also have the Patriots down here. Watched some streamer and they're a Dolphins fan, and they were very, very upset about the Dolphins. I'm like, wow, I didn't watch the game. It was on TV here in Florida, but I'm like, I don't want to watch a Dolphins game. But apparently it was really rough, so I'm like, I am not touching that team. I'll go with the Patriots, even though I don't believe in them either.
Yeah, it's weird because the Dolphins were a team just a couple of years ago too that I was thinking was finally getting things kind of turned around, and Tua was playing well, and then it just seemed like once he got those kind of, wasn't it like back-to-back concussions almost, or like within a few weeks of or a couple months of each other, and I feel like just the whole team ever since then has just kind of been all over the place.
Yeah. Sucks. Everyone wants these new teams in the playoffs and in the talks, and they just some of these it looks like oh the spark, and it doesn't go anywhere.
Oh boy.
Um,
Wow, this is really saying something about the Saints here
yeah.
because I'm pretty sure the 49ers don't have any of their starters left already after one game outside of Christian McCaffrey. So it's Christian McCaffrey versus the New Orleans Saints, and they're giving him a 95% chance of winning.
Oh man.
I think
But
Kittle is on IR, and I think one of the receivers, Juwan Jennings, I think he was injured or something, and Purdy, I think, has a shoulder injury and a toe injury. Supposedly the toe is worse than the shoulder. I don't know what that means. So I don't know if he's going to play, but that
oh,
ain't scaring people.
mm-mm. Oh man.
Not willing to take the Saints. But because of those injuries, I don't know. I don't know if. I think if Purdy plays, I would probably change this back to 49ers, but I am taking the big upset here. I am taking the
Ooh.
Saints to upset them
Oh man.
just because of those kind of big injuries on offense already. I think
I
it's going
mean,
to be close. I just think it's going to be close, and
yeah.
the Saints will have some lucky play or something's going to go wrong for the 49ers right towards the end of the game. And it might be like a field goal or something to win it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a totally valid reason. I can see it. It might be their best opportunity to get a win in here versus a usually probably much favorited team. But I'm still going to go with the 49ers. As much as I hate to choose the 49ers to win.
I just could not pick them 2 weeks in a row. I
That's
could not live with myself. Even if it means picking a team that has a 5% chance on based on other people's picks of winning.
Yeah, it's surprising that a lot of these are just like 90% to something else. And
Oh my gosh. No one believes in what the Jets were doing against the Steelers,
oh
apparently.
my God, people saying, "Oh, they're just both terrible teams." Maybe they're both phenomenal teams. Ever think about that? Maybe Bills and Ravens. How do you let another team score 40 points? They're the terrible teams.
Wow, I think I mean, the Bills are really good. The Bills, I think, are going to be a really good team.
Yeah.
Spoiler, we both picked them to be the Super Bowl winner this year, but
Yeah.
a divisional game against a Jets team that probably looked like they had the most offense they've had
Yeah.
in years.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe, it just was a fluke. Could have been a fluke,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. How good is the Steelers defense usually? I feel like they're
Um,
usually pretty good, and that's why I thought that it felt like it was something more because they were able to do it against the Steelers. I
yeah.
don't know if the Steelers are as good as they maybe once were, but hanging in there with them, I don't know. I'm going to pick the Bills, but I think that 3%
Yeah.
is a little crazy.
Yeah, that 3% is pretty crazy. And I was between this one and the Detroit game for the upset, and I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with the Jets upsetting the Buffalo Bills. I was just feeling it. I'm like, Bills, they already proved themselves with that fantastic comeback.
They might be living
Um,
off the high of that win.
just maybe this slips by them. Jets just sneak in there, say, "Hey, I'm a contender too. We got a decent setup here. Good enough quarterback. It works. This isn't like previous years." And then they'll just fail endlessly after that.
I'm just waiting after you picking them and me that long preamble about them, and then they just get the floor wiped and it's like 45-3 or something. Like, okay, nope, they're not good.
We were wrong. We were wrong. It's the refs. It would be the refs' fault in that case.
Exactly.
Oh man, Steelers and Seahawks. Yeah, the Steelers proved I was worried that this would be another Jets situation for Aaron Rodgers, and I'd be excited, like, oh, what's he gonna do? I still like him, even though he's not on the Packers anymore. That was very disappointing with the Jets, and I'm like, it's gonna be another thing here. They're just gonna keep losing games. But they put up a great game there and actually got the W in week one, so I'm gonna take them to win again. In week two, I'm going Pittsburgh.
Yeah, this one's maybe a coin toss for me, but I I think I'll end up going with the Steelers as well. I think if this really is Aaron Rodgers' last year, potentially, I think he's gonna try to give it his all. But and it's a team that I don't know. They just kind of are like the Packers to me. They always seem to be right there for the potential to be in the playoffs, and then they just choke the playoffs away. So he's on a team that does that, and with his possible retirement,
Yeah.
maybe he'll put a little more effort into it than did with the Jets. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yep, I'll go with
And the
Pittsburgh as well.
frickin' Seahawks will screw us again. Oh man. Ooh. Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens. Both have not won a game this year. So it's pretty even playing field here, I think. Um, except the
Wow.
people don't think so. 98% in two.
Wow, the minus 900 betting. Wow.
That's crazy.
Plus 550. If I was in Vegas and I was playing $10, I'd put it on the Browns because I, I think Ravens looked like a great team. I
Yeah.
think they another team that just kind of threw it away like the Bears did, but um, yeah, they were dominating the Bills, which is shocking because I think the
Yeah.
Bills played really well too. And I'm gonna go with the Ravens here, but my gosh, I'd put that bet on the Cleveland Browns because I, I don't think that's enough. 2%. My goodness. But I suppose you're taking who you think should win, and most of the time I think Ravens should win this game, especially coming
Mhm.
off a loss.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Derrick Henry could probably, after that fumble, could put 200 yards up on the Browns here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
wouldn't
can
be
see that.
surprised.
Yeah.
I could see where maybe it's like, oh, it's an angry Ravens team, and now they're going to take
Yeah.
it out on the Browns. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
Is
know.
this divisional? Is
Hmm.
this okay? Yeah. So I mean, if you
That's
can
why it's
you can get
divisional. That's
those
why I think it should
you
be
can get
closer. But
those you can get those at odds on that. I mean, that's crazy for any game. But yeah, I'll go Ravens. This was like a half a second thought to pick the game. One of the easiest ones of the week for me.
you don't think the Browns have a chance at all?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, they have a chance.
Yeah.
More than 2%, I would say for sure.
Okay, who would you pick? Well, I guess you did end up picking the Jets, right?
I did. I did.
Okay, I was gonna say who would you pick, the Jets or the Browns? I guess that's obvious, but
It's,
it will show a lot of things. I think those two games, if both the Bills and Ravens just dominate those
okay.
other two teams, the Jets and the Browns, I think that will show a level of separation in
Yeah,
who's really good and who's not.
exactly. Oh boy, will this one do that same thing?
Oh, I don't like this one at all. The old Peyton Manning teams fighting
Yeah, that's
off
true. That is
the
true.
Manning game, the Peyton game.
Oh man, gonna have to watch his coverage. He's got to be doing it. So yeah, both of
This
them
should be Monday Night
undefeated.
Football for the Mannings. What the heck are they thinking?
Come on. Ooh, both undefeated. I think you took the Colts. They defeated someone, and I got that one wrong. I'm like, what did he
They're a
see
legit
in the
team.
Colts?
They're a legit team. My gosh, they might have had the biggest spread of any team. What, they win like 33 to something?
I think so. I think so.
I think I have their rookie tight end on my fantasy team, and he didn't even score anything like the last quarter or whatever. I'm assuming they took him out. They were so good.
Oh man, they may be legit, but they're not as legit as these fantastic, amazing Broncos that I still haven't watched a game of. But people talking them, hyping them up, so I'm gonna go with them. I'll go Denver.
Oh man, I am one of those people hyping up these Broncos, but I don't know. Indiana Jones.
That's true. I love that name. I love that
Hey.
character.
And they're at home. Oh man. I I would have if you would have asked me this last week, I think I could have easily picked the Broncos. And now I'm not so sure. I'm not as sure, but I think I got to. Um, Broncos are my team this year, I should say, and I think they're going to do well. So this is one that they should win.
Yeah. Ooh, Panthers lost to Jacksonville. They're one you took a shot on last week. Did not pay
I
off
ain't do
for
that
you.
again. Give me the Cardinals.
He's going
I'm not making.
Arizona.
Who knew? Thielen was holding that team together. The old man, Adam Thielen, holding that team together. Now they're just done.
They might be, and I
I don't
agree.
know. They got to trade 2 to 3 first round picks to get him back, I think.
I think so. I'm going Arizona as well, and I hear they're maybe not as good as I thought they were. I thought they were a pretty hot team in one of the recent seasons, Arizona, and maybe almost getting into the playoffs, but I think I just compare them with the Commanders, and Commanders definitely probably a lot better team than the Cardinals, but I still think they got a good thing going. Definitely better than the Panthers. Ooh. Oh my goodness. This
Super
one
Bowl rematch.
this one I don't have anything written down for this one. I have no clue. I have no clue for this. People want to dethrone the Chiefs. They want to go with the Eagles, but Chiefs will always have a chance to win. Every Chiefs game is either 50-50 or in their favor, I think.
Yeah, this one
Yeah.
is tough. I'm surprised this isn't a Monday or Sunday night football game.
Yeah.
It's an afternoon game, but I'm a little surprised. Ooh boy. Yeah, I think I'm taking Kansas City at home, but I would not be surprised if the Eagles win this one.
Yeah.
And I could see it being a blowout either way. It's probably more likely blowout in favor of Eagles, but I think the home field advantage, the fact that they've got a loss already this year, I think the Chiefs are gonna pull out all the stops. Even though their receiving core is a little uh, light right now. I think they're relying on old Hollywood Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster. I guess they've got Kelsey there as well. All my old classic fantasy football picks back in their primes.
You discovered them, every single one, it seems.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I could see that. I'll go with the narrative that Kansas City's going to start slow. And I'll take the Eagles. Oh my gosh, I'm taking the 49ers and Eagles in the same
who
week.
are you?
Ugh, this is disgusting. Uh, yeah, I'll go with them.
I guess that way it's a win-win for you. Either
It's true.
they win and you get it right, or they lose and you're happy about it.
That is true. They get exposed for being the frauds that they are. Oh boy. Talk about being exposed. They exposed the greatness of J.J. McCarthy in that final quarter. Not the first 3 quarters, or even first three and really a half of a quarter. But that last quarter there, man, the Vikings really made a comeback there. 3 touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing for him. And I'm like, oh boy, this. I just had a feeling. I'm like, he's gonna have to like run a touchdown in here to be accepted by this locker room after this game, and he did it, and they made it happen, and he didn't crack. I mean, maybe he was cracking under the pressure in the first 3 quarters, but when it mattered most, they got it done. Taking on the Falcons. I don't think the Falcons can beat that momentum. I think the Vikings are just going to be on a little bit of a honeymoon period here and get a maybe a couple dubs. I don't know who they have coming up next, but I think they win this one.
I think I'm picking the Vikings as well at home, and after that win, I think that team is going to be in full support of JJ and do whatever they can to help him win. Since he just continued to keep fighting, and I felt like the coach even believed in him. He didn't like start like, oh, here, start just doing some dump off passes and do a lot of runs and stuff. He still let him throw it even after a couple mistakes, but. Yeah. It's always tough picking rookie quarterbacks. You never know. One week they could be great.
Yeah.
Well, one half quarter they could be great. The next week they're terrible.
Yes. How many points did he end up getting you?
I
You
think he
big
had
fan.
almost 23 fantasy points.
Very nice.
Not like, what is going on here? After nothing. Almost nothing.
Wow. Wow. Great pick. Everyone else in the league is jealous of you, I'm sure.
They are.
Oh man, Tampa Bay and the Texans. Oh,
Wow.
that's
Actually, more people picking the Buccaneers in this site anyway, but the odds are actually suggesting the Texans are going to win this.
it's interesting.
People don't buy it, though.
They don't buy it. They don't buy it. They're bacon.
Vegas is usually right though, but I do have the Buccaneers with 15 wins this year, so I don't think one of their losses can be against the Texans.
Oh yeah, that's
So I gotta stick with the Buccaneers, even though I don't know that they played the best. I also don't know that the Texans played the best. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
but anyone could win this one. I don't think it's crazy that the odds there are suggesting the Texans win this. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised at all.
yeah, yeah. I think anyone can win this, and that one is Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I agree. Oh boy, and then Monday night. So we got two Monday night games. I don't
We
know what that's
do.
about. We got a 10 p.m. game. What is that? Where is this taking place? That
Maybe
Eastern?
either Los Angeles or Las Vegas, I'm guessing.
Wow. Oh yeah, Vegas. Yeah, that makes sense. That's I don't know. It's interesting. I'm excited. Two games on Monday.
Yeah,
I'm
I saw that because in fantasy football, my opponent had four players from four different teams all playing on Monday. I'm like, what? I'm like, how is that possible? That's
wow.
what I noticed as two Monday games. I'm like, huh, interesting, interesting.
You're like, so I have no idea how this will shape up.
Exactly. I'm gonna have to wait late, way late for this game,
Yes.
especially. But
Ooh.
yeah, I loved the look of the Chargers. I'm definitely
Yeah,
going with the Chargers here. I think the Raiders are. I think was I the one that predicted they have a little better season than you
I think
thought?
so. I think so.
I
Yes.
think their Raiders are still going to be good. I think the Chargers are going to be better.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of hype for the Chargers after beating the Chiefs, and they're just as good as they ever were these
Although
past few years.
although they've always been a team I've had a soft spot for, and
Yeah,
my gosh, they let you down. They are a team that will let you down. The second they start looking like they're a good team,
yeah.
they will let you down. They can play good the whole game and do something stupid right at the end. And it's
I,
just, ah!
yeah, but they won't let you down. Not this early. They're gonna do a whole season letdown. They'll win early, which means they're gonna win this
17,
one.
17 and 0, and then lose in the first round to some team that's completely injured, demolished. I wouldn't doubt it. That is a Charger thing if I've ever heard it.
Exactly. But yeah, that is ours. How many different do we have? We got one, two, three differences here.
Okay.
So you can't beat me by as much as you beat me in the first week.
Dang it.
I just gotta slowly inch my way back throughout the season. That's the game plan.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good plan. But yeah, if you've made it this far, we really appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe for the next however many weeks, 16 weeks of football, and then into the playoffs. If you want to hear our predictions on those, let us know in the comments below who you think's going to win this week. Let us know if your team won this first week, and where they're sitting, how you're feeling about their chances for the rest of the season. But otherwise, we hope to see you on the next one. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on that NFL popcorn.